My name is Karel. I studied all theoretical aspects of puppetry, anthropology, puppets. In my house is roughly about 1500 puppets from around the world.
My name is Daniel and I'm with the Czech Puppets. It is one of the more famous countries for its puppets, and one of the reasons is that puppetry actually performed a vital social function throughout most of its history. In the Czech Republic, which people might not know, was in the 16th century the Czechs were conquered by the Habsburgs of Austria, and for 300 years they were a colony of German speakers, and the language in actual fact was sort of banned on an official level and everybody had to speak German. And the only way that the Czech language and the Czech culture really survived was through the theatres and the puppets. So the Czech puppeteers quite often were retired teachers, would go around teaching the language and the culture through puppetry. So the two most famous characters are hanging over here. We have, of course, our horny fellow, which is the imp. He's not the devil, he's the imp. Because in Europe, certainly the eastern and central parts, the devil is more of a figure of parody. He is the foolish villain, the evil villain, but incompetent. So the imp, whose job it is to come to the earth and steal people's souls, however, he's pretty stupid, so he usually gets fooled and tricked and humiliated and sent back to hell.
What is inside? What is in this one? Oh wow, look at it. Hey, what's inside? I will just check it out. I can lift it. I can lift it. There's some gold. Some gold. There's a gold here. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
And the person that usually humiliates him is this little guy, Kašpárek, the little jester character. Now he is the everyman. Again, a character common to pretty much most cultures. That in the Czech one, he also becomes a bit comical and a bit self-depreciating. He actually makes fun of himself as well as the devil.
And it goes out. Oh, gee, what? Oh, come on, oh, that's it. The after show was a variety. A Kašpárek came and did some funny jokes for adults, because show was usually in the evening. And one day Kašpárek did some funny jokes about Franz Joseph, the emperor of Hungary, Austrian Empire. And policeman came after she said, "No, come on, the principal, I will lock you up because you made a fun from emperor." And they said that principal said, "I didn't. That wooden man lock him up." So they lock up puppet in the prison.
So these two together make a sort of combination that is the mainstay of the traditional Czech puppetry. The heads are original.
That all these wooden heads are made from linden tree. Linden tree is a national tree of Czechoslovakia.
Each puppet's head, and it's carved by a local wood carver from the village. The face is actually based on somebody from the village. And we would assume that the stupid imp is probably based on one of the councillors or town mayors, which is one way to get sort of a bit of social equality. The Kašpárek, that was probably a heavy competition who'd be that, because every second Czech's a bit of a joker and makes fun of each other. So the head is quite original. The other parts of the body, as with puppets, they're sort of interchangeable. They've been replaced in many years. So, continuing our very brief tour, we're going to just briefly hop over into China, which is not very fair to the Chinese because China has the longest continuous history of any country, the longest continuous history of puppetry. Now, China is dominated very heavily by Peking opera, obviously, and a lot of puppets are designed on the Peking opera style. Those, of course, are very hard to get. This fellow is more of a southern style. It's a hand puppet. There's little legs here. Let's see, he's got little legs. The hands, we assume, are actually a little bit later designed. Again, the head's the original bit, that's the important thing. It must be an evil Manchurian official somewhere. He's got the Manchu hairstyle. I'll get you. Pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. So China has a very diverse culture. They've got very strong shadow puppets. Do have a couple of the shadow puppets. These are actually originals.
What are these ones made of?
There's a skin. I don't know which skin is it. Some sort of skin, animal skin, but I don't know which one.
So it's very tactile.
No, it's very fragile. So, and heads are exchangeable. Could be this head. These people are very skillful. I've seen them a couple of times working. They are very skillful. Screen, here behind the screen, puppet goes like this, go on the screen, and handling puppets this way. It's a very, so like a fragile puppets, and they do somersaults and anything. They are very skillful. That's the original. It's from Beijing. You can see with the like that. Can you see through the colors? Yeah.
This is a replica of a Sicilian style marionette from 16th, 15th century. The story goes that Sicilian, when the sword fight happened in a Sicilian puppet play, you shouldn't be sitting in the front row, you'd probably get hit by a piece of puppet. Sicily at that time was part of the Spanish Habsburg Empire, as was Belgium, which is why Sicilian and Belgian puppetry is actually quite similar. Now we do actually have an authentic Belgian puppet which is of the correct scale. Belgium is actually one of the places in the former Spanish Empire that their style of puppetry actually is held on to.
Good day, good day. What have you got over there? What is this?